Thank you very much, all three of you. And now we'll move to questions, and I'd like to start with you. Mr. Alperovitch, some people are saying that we can keep China addicted to our tech stack by selling them our top AI capabilities. Is that even an achievable goal? Can we actually foster China's reliance on the American AI stack by selling them more capable chips?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a great question. And first of all, it's important to understand what the American AI tech stack is. It is not chips. It's like saying the car is tires. The American AI stack is chips running in American cloud providers and operating American models. That's the American AI stack. Selling China chips that they run in their own data centers that are used to train and run Chinese AI models is not helping us one bit. And chips themselves are not cocaine. They're not addictive. In fact, if you look today at all of the major AI models, whether it's Google's, Anthropic's, or OpenAI's, they're all trained on a variety of different chips, Google's TPUs, Amazon's Trainiums, and NVIDIA chips. And in fact, I was told by one of the leading labs that it took them just less than a dozen engineers in a couple of months to move off NVIDIA's architecture and add other chips to the mix of the training infrastructure that they run. So the idea that by selling advanced chips to China, we would keep them addicted is contradicted by historical evidence. If it takes this little effort today for our own labs to move off this infrastructure, why would it take China any more effort?
Thank you. And Dr. Chan, you have mentioned that you believe that export controls have meaningfully slowed China's AI development in the near term, while also noting that they've spurred China's domestic semiconductor efforts in ways that would ultimately reduce our leverage in the long term. How do you reconcile those two findings, and what recommendations do you have in that area?
So I think this is really key when we talk about the effects of export controls, that they are not a be-all, end-all solution to winning the AI race. They can slow China down in the near term, and we have talked about, and you guys have talked about, how Chinese AI developers need better chips and they're compute constrained. So this is slowing them down today. The issue is, as Mr. Alperovitch has noted, there's a broader AI stack, and China is trying to develop a more robust semiconductor industry in response to some of our actions. So I do think that we have to consider the net effects, and we have to think about this as an important but temporary and partial measure that we need to complement with a whole host of other policies rules. Thank you.
Thank you. And Mr. Mahmoud, right now, Chinese companies' distillation of models may violate the terms of service of American AI labs without clearly violating U.S. law. Should the Bureau of Industry and Security make certain types of adversarial distillation illegal? And what can the federal government do to deter adversarial distillation? And you mentioned some of that in your opening remarks, but if you could continue to elaborate.
Thank you for the question, Chairman Moolenaar. I think the answer is yes. The federal government has a lot that it can do. In part, the intelligence community has a massive ability to collect threat intelligence and determine where the actors are that are engaging in distillation attacks. I think it's worth noting that over the past few years, distillation attacks have changed in their strategies in response to counter-distillation efforts by the top AI labs. So whereas before, when there were fewer counter-distillation efforts, there would be a small number of accounts prompting the models many hundreds of thousands of times. Now, there are thousands of small accounts that are prompting the models a very small number of times. And that's because they are actively trying to avoid getting caught doing distillation attacks. So I think that intelligence community monitoring and collection can help significantly. I also think that Congress can direct the Center for AI Standards and Innovation to create voluntary guidance for AI companies in best practices in counter-distillation. And they can do so working with the IC and working with industry to create those best practices. And I think even the ability for companies to share intelligence with one another is very valuable. And I think having the federal government take that initial position would be very useful.
Thank you very much.